So of course, as we get into the early springtime, a lot of plants aren't quite coming up yet, and so some of the mulch, the grass mulch especially, has biodegraded back down into the soil, leaving some parts of the garden exposed to the elements, to the fresh air, and that kind of thing. So let's go check out some soil. I want to show two different plots here. So here we're looking at a bed where I had put down some grass mulch, and you can see that it is practically nowhere to be seen. We also have some garlic plants in here, and I have some winter rye in here as well. I believe, some winter rye in here. So those two plants are kind of companion planted in here, but we also see that the soil is, you can see those small particles have come up to the top, and then as they dry out, things contract, and then this cracking happens on the surface of the soil. So the rate at which the grass clipping mulch had degraded may speak to the active microorganisms and protozoans and such that were processing that grass back into the topsoil. The cover crop didn't quite cover this part of the soil like I thought it would. I did plant the winter rye pretty late. I think it was late December, early January when I got it in the ground. Now this is being recorded on about the same day. It is the same day, and this bed I had put down grass clippings about the same time, maybe even earlier, to mulch over the bed for winter, and the grass clippings are still there. They're not only, they're not just like barely there, but I mean a lot of them are there. They're all kind of clumped up and matted together now after we've had some wind and snow and everything else. But this area of the garden is hasn't necessarily been the healthiest. The soil's been more compact and kind of harder to work with. Maybe the soil life just isn't quite as active, isn't quite as well established in this area yet, and so the grass clipping mulch has largely remained. So what I'm going to do here, I believe, is I'm going to plant some oats as a bit of a cover crop to try to get more living plant matter in this area of the garden a little earlier in the year, so that we can get a head start on getting more biomass above ground and below ground, getting that photosynthesis going, breaking up some soil compaction, and just kind of see how this process goes. You can also tell in this area of the garden, again, even just when making the trench to plant the oats, that the soil here is a little lighter in color, and it's also a lot more compact than in other areas of the garden.